ZNS Total Sports, brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Roadrunners Track and Field Classic took place on Saturday at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium. Julian Gibson takes a look at some of the action.
Ben, so let's take a look at the 400 meters. How about Patrick Johnson from C.I. Gibson? Boy, he was simply ruling. He won his timed finals in the 400 meters.
It was a good race. I just kept in mind, my coach keep telling me, mental toughness all the way to the end.
Looked like the competition was stiff coming on the finish line.
It's very stiff, but through the grace of God, I just powered through.
What's your goals for this track and field season?
The goal for the track and field season is to meet the Griffith team and to go as far as possible and reach as high as possible.
What is it going to take for you to make the Griffith team?
It's going to take just hard work, determination, and God.
And Ricky Moxie Jr., his dad, Ricky Moxie Sr., you know he was a speedster. His son, also ruling to a first place finish.
It was hard, got out of shape a little bit, but trying to get back.
What's your goals for this track and field season?
Try to beat all the rest of my times and try and get better, get faster.
What times you looking at in the 400?
I was trying to reach the 48, 49.
What is it going to take for you to go a little lower?
I have to work on my start, get out faster, and get stronger to come home.
A successful staging of the Roadrunners Track and Field Meet. Julian Gibson, ZNS Total Sport.
A number of Bahamians at the Rod McCravey Indoor Track and Field Invitational over the weekend. Taking a look at some of the top performers, Henry DeLuz from Miami won the men's 400 in 47.42. Kennard Roll from Purdue also in that event, finishing third in 47.54. In the women's triple jump, Danielle Gibson from Penn State second, 42 feet 3 inches. In the women's 60 hurdles, Padria Seymour from Illinois ran a personal best 7.98 for third. Purdue's Devin Charlton right behind in fourth and 8.05. In the men's 60 hurdles, Kirk Lewis from Clemson fourth and 7.88. In the women's open 60, Carmisha Cox from Purdue fifth and 7.41. She was also eighth in the deuce in 23.94. Meantime, in the women's high jump, Celine Thompson from Miami eighth with a best of 5.4 and a quarter. From the college hardwood over the weekend, Michael Carey Jr. had a double-double, 22 points and 10 rebounds for Wagner. That came in a 67-62 win over Sacred Heart. Shaquille Clare also in double figures for Texas. He had 11 points in a 79-67 loss to top-ranked Kansas. And speaking of Shaquille, he has really started to shine in this his senior season. In fact, Texas coach Shaka Smart views Clare as one of the leaders for this young Longhorns team.
Anytime a guy grows up in a different culture, they bring a little bit different perspective and approach. And his is terrific. He is, first of all, a very team-oriented guy. One thing that a lot of people don't know about him is he has a very, very good work ethic. And he's famous for being in Cooley, our practice gym and our weight room, at odd hours. Sometimes, over the summer or in the preseason or even during the season, you might go in there at 9, 10, 11, or even later at night to get a little work done or get a lift in, and Shaq will be in there getting work done, or he'll be upstairs on the gun. He's a really, really good worker. And then the other thing about him is he's very, very cerebral. He's got a good mind to him. One thing I'm super excited about is he will graduate in May. Shaq's a guy that academically, just like basketball-wise, puts in a lot of work. And he spends a lot of time on the fifth floor, the north end zone, with our academic folks, and really, really is diligent about putting the time in with his schoolwork. I told him this. I said, when you graduate, we're going to make a really big deal out of it.
The government secondary school's basketball season getting ready to enter the playoffs. Last week, C.I. Gibson senior boys wrapping up the pennant with a win over Doris Johnson. C.I. Gibson will now face C.C. Swinning in the first round of the playoffs, which are scheduled to get underway on Thursday.
The win-loss record is out the door now. Lose, you go home. Season is over, tell you Campbell. So we got to prepare. Hopefully we'll be successful.
As for the 2 versus 3 matchup in the senior boys division, that will feature Doris Johnson up against Anatole Rogers. Those two teams played last week as well, with Doris Johnson coming out on top by 4 points, and expect nothing less in the postseason.
It's a good game to measure what we're up against. The first round of the playoffs is going to be a 3-game series. Possibly we want to sweep them, but it's a good precursor for what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Come out, play hard for 4 quarters, and stay focused for 4 quarters. I think once we do that, we give ourselves a good chance.
As for the senior girls, a possible championship preview also on the court last week, as C.I. Gibson wrapped up the pennant with a win over Doris Johnson, and both teams know what they need to do should they meet again for the title.
It's going to take some hard defense and to score more points. We have to humble up ourselves. We won this game, but it's not over. We're coming back for them in championship.
It's always been our goal to win it all. Winning the pennant would have been nice, but going into the playoffs, we're going to be hungry and we're going to be ready to do what we got to do. Every team in the playoffs is a different team that you play in the regular season, so we expect anything to happen during the playoffs, but we expect to play our best basketball and peak at the right time so we can be champions.
The New Providence Basketball Association rolling along with play, and the Mississippi Regulators are one of the teams to look out for.
The number one thing we need right now is defense. Defense win games. Once we play defense, the offense can come, and we should go all the way.
The good thing about our team is we go with the hot guy. So whoever's making the most shots, that's the guy that's going to get the ball. Nobody's going to complain. We're going to give it to him until he starts missing, and then we'll go to somebody else.
And that will do it for sports. Stay tuned, checking weather still to come.